Sister Wives Robyn demands $1 million from Kody to buy jewelry, otherwise, she will divorce Kody. Hello friends. Welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia, and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. When it comes to reality television, few shows have managed to capture chaos, heartbreak, and jaw-dropping twists quite like TLC's Sister Wives. Over the years, the series has chronicled the turbulent journey of Kody Brown and his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, as they navigated the complexities of polygamy, jealousy, family drama, and financial instability. Fans have witnessed breakups, betrayals, bitter confessions, and even tragic losses. But nothing could have prepared viewers for the bombshell that allegedly hit the Brown household in the lead-up to Sister Wives Season 19. Robyn Brown, Kody's last remaining wife, has reportedly issued her husband an ultimatum that could shatter their already fragile union. According to insider speculation swirling through fan communities, gossip outlets, and whispers from behind-the-scenes sources, Robyn has demanded a staggering $1 million from Kody. Her reason? Not to pay off debts, not to secure housing, not even to support their children's future. Instead, Robyn allegedly wants the money to buy jewelry, a luxury splurge that has left fans stunned, critics outraged, and even Kody himself completely cornered. Even more shocking is the threat tied to this demand. If Kody doesn't come up with $1 million sum, Robyn has allegedly vowed to divorce him. For a couple who once presented themselves as the last united front standing in the crumbling Brown family, this ultimatum signals a potentially explosive turning point in their relationship. But what does this really mean? Why would Robyn, who once claimed she wanted nothing more than to build a peaceful, loving home, suddenly be making such a bold and materialistic demand? Could this be a genuine reflection of her desires, a manipulation tactic, or a strategic financial move in preparation for a possible separation? To understand the full gravity of this alleged ultimatum, we need to look at the history of Robyn and Kody's relationship, their complicated financial entanglements, and the ripple effect this demand could have on the entire Brown family, including Kody's ex-wives, his children, and even the Sister Wives fandom itself. The rise and fall of the Brown dynasty. When Sister Wives premiered back in 2010, it was marketed as an intimate look into a modern-day polygamous family striving to live in harmony while challenging societal norms. Kody Brown, the charismatic yet polarizing patriarch, introduced audiences to his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, the newest addition, who joined the family legally and spiritually during the early seasons. At the time, Kody and his wives painted a picture of solidarity. They claimed to embrace the principle of plural love, presenting themselves as pioneers who were rewriting the script on what family could look like. Yet behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. Over the years, jealousy between the wives grew. Kody's clear favoritism for Robyn became impossible to hide. Financial troubles mounted, particularly with their purchase of Coyote Pass land in Flagstaff, Arizona, a property that was supposed to be a fresh start but instead became a symbol of division and broken promises. By the late seasons, the family had splintered. Christine divorced Kody and moved on to marry David Woolley. Janelle separated from Kody after years of financial disputes and emotional neglect. Mary, once Kody's first wife and business partner, finally accepted that her marriage was nothing more than a formality and walked away. That left Robyn as Kody's only remaining wife. To fans, it seemed like Robyn had won, the last woman standing, the apple of Kody's eye, the so-called legal wife, who had always been positioned as his favorite. But as the dust settled, viewers began to notice cracks in even this seemingly strong bond. Robyn's obsession with money and status. One of the recurring criticisms aimed at Robyn over the years has been her relationship with money. Viewers remember when Robyn launched her online jewelry and clothing business, My Sister Wife's Closet, with big dreams of financial independence. The venture, however, was plagued with problems. The site went offline, inventory sat unsold, and Kody's investment appeared to vanish into thin air. Fans mocked the venture as a flop, while Robyn often cried on screen about wanting to contribute but never quite delivering results. Since then, the topic of money has become a thorny one in the Brown household. Kody has openly complained about financial strain, particularly as child support, property taxes, and mounting legal expenses have taken their toll. Meanwhile, Robyn has insisted that she needs financial stability, often pushing for more security while Kody scrambled to keep the family afloat. This alleged demand for $1 million to buy jewelry seems, at first glance, absurdly extravagant, especially given the family's money troubles. But when looked at through the lens of Robyn's history, it also fits a pattern: the pursuit of status symbols, the need to assert her position as the queen wife, and perhaps even a way to guarantee assets for herself if the marriage dissolves. Kody's financial desperation. For Kody, this ultimatum couldn't have come at a worse time. After losing 3 of his 4 wives, Kody's reputation has taken a massive hit. He is no longer the patriarch of a sprawling plural family, but rather the embattled husband of one wife who many fans view as manipulative. His strained relationships with his older children, particularly after the tragic passing of Garrison Brown, have only further tarnished his image. Financially, things are grim. The Coyote Pass land remains undeveloped, with mounting property taxes reportedly in arrears. Kody's income relies heavily on sister wives, but with declining ratings and growing viewer fatigue, even that paycheck may not be enough to cover extravagant expenses. Add in the rumors of potential bankruptcy and creditors circling, and it's clear that Kody is not in a position to casually hand over $1 million for luxury jewelry. And yet, Robyn's alleged threat of divorce puts him in an impossible bind. If Kody refuses, he risks losing his last wife, the woman he has repeatedly declared to be his soulmate. If he agrees, he may plunge himself deeper into financial ruin, alienating his children and further enraging fans who already view him as reckless and irresponsible. The ripple effect on the family. Robyn's demand doesn't just affect her and Kody, it has the potential to send shockwaves through the entire Brown family. Christine and David Woolley would almost certainly have a field day mocking the situation, with Christine finally getting the last laugh after years of feeling like Robyn got everything she wanted. Janelle would likely see this as proof of what she had warned about all along: Kody's blind devotion to Robyn leading him to financial disaster. Mary, though more detached these days, might also privately smirk at Kody's downfall after years of neglect and favoritism. The Brown children, many of whom already resent Robyn for monopolizing their father's attention, would almost certainly lash out at both Kody and Robyn for prioritizing luxury over family. When whispers first surfaced that Robyn Brown had allegedly delivered a stunning ultimatum to her husband, Kody, even the most seasoned Sister Wives fans thought it had to be some sort of outlandish exaggeration. After all, reality stars are often the subjects of wild tabloid rumors, and Robyn had long been branded by viewers as materialistic, manipulative, and Kody's favorite. But as more speculation emerged, the details became harder to ignore. Robyn's alleged demand was simple yet shocking: Kody must give her $1 million to purchase jewelry, or she will file for divorce. At first glance, the demand seems absurdly shallow. Who asks for $1 million just to buy jewelry, especially when their family has been plagued with debt, property tax disputes, and repeated financial meltdowns? Yet, when examined closely, Robyn's so-called ultimatum reveals deeper themes of power, control, and the shifting dynamics in the Brown household. How the demand allegedly unfolded. Sources close to the Browns claim the conversation began during a heated private argument, not meant for public ears. Robyn, reportedly fed up with Kody's constant financial woes, is said to have framed the demand as a way of securing her future. "Look, Kody, I need something for myself," Robyn allegedly said, her voice breaking between tears and frustration. "I've given you everything, I stood by you when the others walked away, but what do I have to show for it? I want jewelry. Real jewelry. A collection worth at least $1 million. And if you can't give me that, then maybe I need to rethink being your wife." To many, this sounded less like a heartfelt plea and more like a veiled threat. Jewelry, after all, is not just an accessory. It's a status symbol, a form of financial security, and in Robyn's mind, perhaps even a weapon in the looming war for control over what remains of the Brown Empire. Of all things, why would Robyn allegedly demand jewelry? Why not real estate, stocks, or a trust fund for her children? The answer may lie in Robyn's history and her perception of value. Emotional symbolism. Jewelry has always been tied to expressions of love and commitment. By demanding $1 million collection, Robyn may be testing Kody's loyalty, forcing him to prove that she is still his #1 priority, even at enormous personal cost. Legacy and power. Jewelry is easily transferable wealth. Unlike property tied up in tax issues or joint ownership, jewelry can be hidden, sold, or passed down to children without much legal hassle. For a woman who has often feared being abandoned like Kody's other wives, jewelry could be her insurance policy. Revenge against the ex-wives. Christine, Janelle, and Mary have all accused Robyn of manipulating Kody for financial gain. What better way to cement her reputation, and perhaps rub salt in their wounds, than to walk away with literal treasures while they fought over unpaid bills? Echoes of the past. Longtime viewers remember My Sister Wife's Closet, Robyn's failed online jewelry boutique. Could this $1 million demand be her way of reclaiming the dream? In her mind, perhaps the jewelry is not just about luxury but redemption. Kody's reaction. For Kody, the alleged ultimatum was like being hit with a financial and emotional sledgehammer. The man who once strutted across TLC screens as the confident leader of a plural marriage dynasty is now cornered by his own favorite wife. According to those who claim to have witnessed the fallout, Kody's face went red with rage when Robyn first delivered her demand. "Are you out of your mind?" he allegedly shouted. "We can't even pay the property taxes on Kody Pass, and you want $1 million for jewelry?" But as his anger subsided, panic may have crept in. Kody's marriage to Robyn is the only piece of his old identity he has left. Without her, he's no longer the patriarch of a plural family. He's just another failed reality star, abandoned by his wives, estranged from his children, and mocked by fans. Robyn knows this. By threatening divorce, she hit Kody's deepest fear. And in true Robyn fashion, she allegedly wept as she made the demand, framing it as a painful but necessary step. "I don't want to leave you, Kody. But I need to feel secure. If you can't give me that, then what are we even doing?" How this compares to past financial battles. Robyn's $1 million demand didn't come out of nowhere. It's the culmination of years of money disputes that have plagued the Brown family. Kody Pass property taxes. The Browns famously bought land in Flagstaff, Arizona, with the dream of building a family compound. Years later, the land sits undeveloped, and property taxes remain a constant battle. Critics argue that Robyn's demand shows she cares more about jewelry than about building the home Kody once promised all the wives. My Sister Wife's Closet failure. When Robyn's jewelry business collapsed, Kody defended her, even sinking money into the venture that could have been used to support the larger family. To now demand $1 million for jewelry feels like a cruel twist of irony, a reminder that her failed dream might be reborn on Kody's dime. Kody's spending habits. Viewers have often accused Kody of reckless financial decisions, buying too many houses, prioritizing Robyn's lifestyle over the other wives, and ignoring practical realities. Robyn's ultimatum forces Kody to confront the consequences of years of overspending. The threat of divorce. Of course, the real sting of Robyn's ultimatum isn't the dollar figure, it's the threat attached. Divorce. For years, Robyn was portrayed as the wife most loyal to Kody. She defended him when Christine, Janelle, and Mary criticized him. She cried about wanting the family to stay together. She presented herself as the peacemaker, the last true believer, in Kody's vision of plural marriage. So for her to allegedly threaten divorce now sends shockwaves through the Brown universe. It suggests that Robyn, too, has grown disillusioned. That perhaps she never wanted plural marriage at all, she only wanted Kody. And now that she has him, she wants more: money, power, and control. This isn't just about jewelry. It's about leverage. Robyn knows that Kody cannot handle another wife leaving him. His ego, his reputation, his entire identity depends on her staying. By tying her continued loyalty to $1 million payout, she has effectively turned their marriage into a high-stakes business transaction. Fans react. The ultimate gold digger move. As soon as rumors of the ultimatum began circulating, fans erupted across social media. On Reddit, one user wrote, "Robyn demanding $1 million for jewelry is peak sister wives absurdity. This woman has been crying poor for years, but now she wants to play Cleopatra dripping in diamonds." On X, formerly Twitter, memes flooded timelines. One viral post showed a picture of Robyn weeping, captioned, "When you realize $1 million in jewelry won't buy back your reputation." TikTok creators stitched together clips of Robyn crying with audio tracks like "Bitch Better Have My Money" by Rihanna, mocking her alleged greed. For many fans, the ultimatum confirmed what they had suspected for years. Robyn didn't marry Kody out of love or faith, but out of ambition. And now that the other wives are gone, she has no reason to hide it. For years, Kody Brown has insisted on portraying himself as a man in control. Whether he was parading his 4 wives on TLC's Sister Wives, bragging about his vision for a grand family compound on Coyote Pass, or defending his leadership style in tense confessionals, Kody always tried to radiate confidence. But behind that bravado lies a man drowning in debt, estranged from much of his family, and now backed into a corner by the very wife he clung to after losing the rest. Robyn's alleged $1 million ultimatum didn't just shock Kody, it humiliated him. It forced him to confront the ugly truth. He is no longer the powerful patriarch he once pretended to be. Instead, he is a man in financial freefall, desperately trying to hold on to the one wife who still tolerates him. Kody's financial nightmare. Before analyzing Kody's emotional spiral, it's important to understand the dire financial context in which Robyn's demand landed. Coyote Pass land debacle. The land in Flagstaff was supposed to be Kody's crowning achievement, a sprawling property where he could build a polygamist utopia. Instead, it has become an albatross around his neck. Property taxes have gone unpaid at times, the land remains undeveloped, and disagreements over ownership have torn the family apart. For years, Christine and Janelle begged Kody to make practical decisions about the land. Instead, he delayed, fought, and ignored the mounting bills. Lost wives, lost incomes. When Christine left, then Janelle, and finally Mary, Kody didn't just lose marriages, he lost financial partners. Each wife once contributed to the family pot, whether through TLC paychecks, side businesses, or legal property ownership. Now, the family's income stream is fractured, leaving Kody heavily reliant on TLC and Robyn. Child support and household expenses. Though many of Kody's children are now adults, some are still financially dependent. Add in college costs, everyday expenses, and Robyn's household spending habits, and the bills continue to pile up. Public image and career decline. Kody's reputation is so tarnished that outside of TLC, his chances of securing other income streams are slim. Fans despise him, his public speaking ambitions fizzled, and even cameo videos haven't been the moneymaker he once hoped. In short, Kody is financially cornered. So when Robyn allegedly told him to hand over $1 million for jewelry, it wasn't just impossible. It was insulting. Emotional breakdown. A patriarch unmasked. Kody has never handled criticism well. Over the years, viewers have seen him rage at his wives, deflect responsibility, and storm out of conversations. But Robyn's ultimatum hit him in a way none of the other wives' confrontations ever did. Why? Because Kody always believed Robyn was his safe space. She was the one who defended him on camera, the one who cried about family unity, the one who reassured him that he was a good husband even as Christine, Janelle, and Mary called him selfish and neglectful. For Robyn to now demand $1 million or threaten divorce shattered that illusion. Suddenly, Kody realized that even Robyn's loyalty had a price tag. According to insiders, Kody's reaction oscillated between fury and despair. At first, he yelled, "You're just like them. After everything, you're no different than Christine, than Janelle, than Mary. You're all ungrateful." Then, he collapsed into self-pity. "I gave up everything for you, Robyn. I lost my family for you. And now you're threatening to leave me too." Finally, he allegedly fell silent, his head in his hands, muttering about being betrayed by God and cursed as a man. It was, in many ways, the ultimate unmasking of Kody Brown, not the confident leader he wanted fans to see, but a broken man who has lost control of everything he once commanded. The fear of abandonment. What makes Robyn's ultimatum so devastating to Kody is not just the financial impossibility, it's the psychological toll. Kody has always craved loyalty, obedience, and validation from his wives. When Christine left, he branded her a betrayer. When Janelle walked away, he accused her of being disloyal. When Mary finally admitted their marriage was over, he mocked her for clinging to a dream that was dead. But Robyn was supposed to be different. She was supposed to be the one who stayed. The one who proved that Kody was still lovable, still wanted, still worthy of devotion. Now, by threatening divorce, Robyn has forced Kody to confront his deepest fear, that he will end up entirely alone. No wives. No plural marriage. No empire. Just Kody Brown, a man whose arrogance destroyed everything. Kody's delusions of grandeur. Even in his darkest moments, Kody can't help but fantasize about turning things around. He allegedly told Robyn, "If you give me time, I can make us millionaires. We can rebuild my sister-wife's closet, we can cash in on more TLC specials, I can write a book." But these are delusions, not plans. My sister-wife's closet failed spectacularly. TLC's patience with the Browns is wearing thin. And Kody's memoir would likely be received as a comedy of errors rather than a bestseller. Still, Kody clings to these fantasies, because the alternative, accepting that he has no money and no control, is too painful. Robyn's ultimatum forces him to face a reality he has long avoided. He is not the provider he once claimed to be. Robyn's calculated advantage. From Robyn's perspective, the timing of this demand is shrewd. She knows Kody is weakened, isolated, and desperate to keep her. By issuing the ultimatum now, she maximizes her leverage. If Kody somehow finds a way to deliver the money, Robyn walks away with a fortune in jewelry. If Kody refuses, she has the moral high ground to leave him, claiming he failed to provide and that she tried everything. Either way, Robyn ensures she doesn't leave the marriage empty-handed. This strategic positioning only adds to Kody's torment. Deep down, he must suspect that Robyn doesn't truly love him unconditionally, that she, too, sees him as a financial resource. But admitting that would mean admitting that his entire marriage has been built on a lie. The beginning of the end? Robyn's million-dollar demand may very well mark the beginning of the end for Kody. Fans speculate that even if he somehow scrapes together the money, the damage to their relationship is irreparable. Trust has been broken. Illusions have been shattered. Kody, once the proud polygamist patriarch, now faces the possibility of ending up divorced, broke, and publicly humiliated. And worst of all, he has no one left to blame but himself. For years, he excused his favoritism toward Robyn by insisting she was his soulmate. Now, that soulmate has put a price tag on their marriage. And no matter how Kody spins it, the optics are devastating. The woman he abandoned 3 wives for may ultimately abandon him too, unless he buys her $1 million worth of jewelry first. When rumors of Robyn's alleged $1 million jewelry demand began circulating, the internet lit up like wildfire. But it wasn't just fans and critics who had something to say. Kody's ex-wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, each reacted in their own way, and together their voices painted a picture of women who were equal parts horrified, amused, and vindicated. For years, they had warned viewers about Kody's obsession with Robyn and Robyn's fixation on money. For years, they endured accusations of being jealous, bitter, or unreasonable. Now, with Robyn allegedly demanding $1 million just to stay married, it seems the ex-wives finally have their "we told you so" moment. Christine, Karma's jewelry store is open. Of all Kody's ex-wives, Christine is the one most likely to find humor in the situation. Having remarried happily to David Woolley, Christine has moved on from Kody's drama with a sense of joy and peace. But that doesn't mean she can't still throw shade when the opportunity presents itself. According to insiders close to Christine, her reaction to Robyn's ultimatum was pure laughter. "She thinks it's hilarious," one source shared. Christine always said that Kody would one day regret putting all his eggs in Robyn's basket, and now it's happening in the most dramatic way possible. On social media, fans speculated what Christine might say if asked about it on camera. Many imagined her trademark sarcastic tone. "Well, I guess Robyn finally opened the jewelry store she always wanted, except this time, Kody's the only customer." $1 million in jewelry? Wow. I just asked for respect, and I couldn't even get that. Karma has a funny way of delivering, doesn't it? In this case, it delivers diamonds. Christine's ability to laugh at Kody's downfall makes her one of the most relatable ex-wives to fans. And her happiness with David Woolley only highlights how much better her life is now that she's free of Kody's chaos. Janelle, this is exactly what I warned him about. If Christine is laughing, Janelle is rolling her eyes and muttering, "I told you so." Throughout the series, Janelle was always the most financially pragmatic of Kody's wives. She worried about budgets, pushed for smart investments, and often clashed with Kody over his reckless spending. Janelle was particularly vocal about Kody pouring money into Robyn's household, buying her a massive home in Flagstaff while neglecting the financial needs of the other wives. When she learned about Robyn's alleged demand for $1 million in jewelry, Janelle reportedly wasn't shocked, just frustrated. "This is exactly what she's been warning him about for years," a source close to Janelle explained. "Kody never listened. He thought Robyn was the perfect wife, the one who truly had his back. But Janelle always suspected Robyn was after financial security more than anything else." If asked on a tell-all, fans imagine Janelle's blunt take might sound like this: $1 million for jewelry? That's insane. We couldn't even afford to develop Coyote Pass, and now this? It just proves that Kody never understood finances. "I tried to be the voice of reason. I tried to make him see how dangerous it was to let one wife control all the money. But he wouldn't listen. At this point, I'm not even mad. I'm just glad I walked away when I did." Janelle's reaction underscores the irony of Kody's situation. The wife he trusted most with his heart is now making demands that confirm everything Janelle feared all along. Meri, so, how does it feel? Meri, the first wife and the longest-suffering partner in Kody's polygamist experiment, has perhaps the most complicated reaction of all. For years, she endured neglect, rejection, and public humiliation at Kody's hands. He openly admitted that he had no romantic interest in her, reducing their marriage to nothing more than a technicality. Meri held on longer than Christine or Janelle, partly out of hope, partly out of denial. But when she finally accepted the truth and left, she did so with a sense of dignity. Now, as she watches from the sidelines, Meri reportedly feels a mixture of schadenfreude and sadness. On one hand, she sees Robyn's alleged ultimatum as poetic justice. The woman who replaced her, who was granted legal wife status and Kody's undivided attention, is now threatening to walk away unless she gets $1 million payout. On the other hand, Meri knows better than anyone how painful it is to be on the receiving end of Robyn's manipulations. She's probably thinking, "So, how does it feel, Kody?" one insider shared. Meri knows what it's like to be betrayed, and she knows Kody brought this on himself. If Meri were to speak candidly, fans imagine her saying, "Kody always made me feel like I wasn't enough. Now Robyn is making him feel the same way. He thought Robyn was different, that she was loyal. Well, loyalty doesn't come with a price tag, unless you're Kody, apparently. Do I feel bad for him? Not really. He created this mess." Meri's perspective adds a layer of bittersweet vindication. She doesn't have to raise her voice or laugh like Christine. Her quiet, "you reap what you sow" attitude speaks volumes. The ex-wives united, a rare moment of agreement. Christine, Janelle, and Meri don't always agree on everything. Their relationships with each other have been complicated, shaped by years of jealousy, rivalry, and the strain of sharing a husband. But when it comes to Robyn's $1 million demand, the ex-wives seem to be united in their disdain. Christine sees it as hilarious karma. Janelle sees it as confirmation of everything she warned about. Mary sees it as poetic justice. Together, their reactions paint a picture of women who may not wish Kody well, but who have finally reached a place of freedom and clarity. While Kody and Robyn's marriage spirals into chaos, the ex-wives are thriving, living proof that leaving Kody was the best decision they ever made. Fans fuel the ex-wives' commentary. What makes the ex-wives' reactions even more powerful is the fan response. On Reddit and TikTok, viewers imagine the women sitting around sipping wine and laughing together as the news breaks. Memes show Christine, Janelle, and Mary as a Greek chorus, mocking Kody's downfall from the sidelines. One viral TikTok edit even spliced together clips of all three ex-wives rolling their eyes or laughing, with the caption, "When Robyn asks for $1 million in jewelry and you don't have to deal with it anymore." For years, fans pitted the ex-wives. Now they're celebrating them, cheering on their freedom and reveling in the irony of Kody being trapped by the very wife he favored above all others. The ripple effect on family legacy. The ex-wives' reactions aren't just about personal vindication, they also highlight a deeper truth about the Brown family's legacy. For years, Kody insisted his plural marriage was about faith, love, and unity. But now, the story has boiled down to money, greed, and ultimatums. Christine, Janelle, and Mary's commentary serves as a reminder that the dream of plural marriage was never sustainable, not when favoritism, manipulation, and financial recklessness ruled the family. By laughing, eye-rolling, and quietly smirking, the ex-wives are not just reacting to Robyn's demand, they're exposing the hollow core of Kody's empire. For years, money has been the elephant in the Brown family's plural living room. From failed businesses to half-developed land at Kody Pass, Sister Wives has often doubled as a reality show about financial mismanagement. But Robyn's alleged $1 million jewelry demand isn't just another fight about budgets. It's a potential financial earthquake that could destroy whatever's left of the Browns' legacy. The $1 million question isn't just whether Kody will give in. It's whether he even can. Kody's financial history, a pattern of strain. Before analyzing the $1 million ultimatum, it's important to look at Kody's history with money. Kody Pass. In 2018, the Browns purchased a massive plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, with plans to build multiple homes. Years later, the land remains undeveloped. Property taxes piled up, and arguments over division became explosive. Flagstaff Mansions. Kody and Robyn bought a sprawling $890,000 house, while the other wives rented or downsized. Many fans saw this as proof that Robyn always got the financial priority. Business failures. My Sister Wife's Closet, Robyn's online jewelry boutique, shut down after years of underperformance. Janelle and Christine's fitness and wellness ventures had mixed results. Financial stability was never the Browns' strong suit. Children's expenses. With 18 kids, costs skyrocketed, from college tuition to weddings, to medical needs like Isabel's scoliosis surgery. Christine's infamous comment, "We don't have the money," still echoes with fans. In short, the Browns were never wealthy, just stretched thin and constantly scrambling. A $1 million jewelry payout is not just a stretch, it's financial suicide. Current income, TLC and beyond. Most of the Browns' income comes from TLC. Estimates suggest the family earns between $250,000 and $400,000 per season of Sister Wives, divided among cast members. With Christine gone, Mary semi-detached, and Janelle estranged, that paycheck is shrinking both financially and emotionally. Kody and Robyn, now the last couple standing, depend on TLC more than ever. But with the show's ratings slipping and the family fractured, many fans wonder if TLC will keep footing the bill for their lifestyle. Outside the show, income streams are limited. Robyn hasn't restarted her jewelry business. Kody's rumored side hustles, real estate and firearms, are inconsistent at best. Janelle and Christine have built side brands with Plexus and social media influencing, but they keep their earnings separate. Bottom line, Kody and Robyn live well, but they don't live $1 million in jewelry well. Could Kody actually pay $1 million? Let's break it down. The Flagstaff home is worth nearly $900,000, but it's heavily mortgaged. Coyote Pass is valuable but undeveloped and tangled in disputes with the ex-wives. Other properties have either been sold or split. TLC money isn't enough to cover such a demand outright. Side hustles don't generate enough. Debt and expenses. Property taxes on Coyote Pass remain a looming burden. Household expenses for Robyn's 5 children, plus legal fees and healthcare, eat into income. Realistically, Kody doesn't have a spare million lying around. If he agreed to Robyn's demand, he would likely need to sell off property, risking lawsuits from Christine, Janelle, or Mary. Take out massive loans, plunging deeper into debt. Pressure TLC into renewing sister wives with higher pay. Each option would come with consequences, not just financially, but emotionally. Robyn's leverage. Why jewelry? Why now? Fans have questioned why Robyn would demand jewelry specifically, rather than cash, houses, or shares of property. Some speculate it's symbolic. Jewelry is tangible, flashy, and hard to ignore. Others believe it's strategic. Jewelry retains value and can be resold. It's harder for ex-wives or creditors to claim. It's a way for Robyn to secure wealth she controls alone. As one fan put it, Robyn doesn't want money in the bank. She wants diamonds in the safe. For Kody, this creates a trap. If he gives her the jewelry, she holds permanent financial leverage. If he refuses, he risks divorce, the one outcome he's always feared with his soulmate. What divorce could cost Kody? Robyn's ultimatum raises the stakes of divorce. If she leaves, Kody faces several nightmare scenarios. As his only legal wife, Robyn has the strongest claim to assets. Divorce could mean alimony, child support, and property disputes. Kody has already lost 3 wives. If Robyn walks, his entire family experiment collapses. Fans would see it as karmic punishment, destroying what's left of his image. Without Robyn, the show's main storyline evaporates. TLC might cancel, cutting off their biggest paycheck. Ironically, giving Robyn the jewelry could bankrupt him, but refusing might ruin him even faster. Ex-wives watching the fallout. Christine, Janelle, and Mary aren't directly tied to Kody's finances anymore. But they're certainly watching with amusement. Christine, Kody thought I was expensive because I wanted emotional support. Now he's learning what expensive really means. Janelle, this is what happens when you don't listen to reason. He made his bed with Robyn, and now it's lined with diamonds he can't afford. Mary, so much for the soulmate connection. Guess love really does cost a thing. Their smirks are practically audible through fan commentary online. The children's financial stakes. Beyond the wives, the kids have reason to worry. If Kody caves to Robyn, resources for college, weddings, and emergencies may dwindle further. Christine and Janelle's kids already accused him of neglect. $1 million jewelry payout would cement their belief that Kody values Robyn above them all. Fans imagine Gabriel or Garrison saying, "We begged him for time. He couldn't give us that. But he'll give Robyn $1 million in diamonds? That's all you need to know about my dad." The resentment could be permanent. The internet's financial advisors weigh in. Reddit threads turned into mock financial planning sessions, with fans mapping out how Kody could, or couldn't, afford Robyn's ultimatum. Can't wait to see the GoFundMe, "Help Kody buy Robyn $1 million in diamonds." If TLC films this, it'll be called Pawn Stars, the Sister Wives edition. Even legitimate financial blogs weighed in, noting how reckless such a demand would be in a family already stretched thin. Can TLC save them financially? At the end of the day, the Brown survival may hinge on TLC. If producers see ratings potential in the scandal, they might bankroll the drama for another season or 2. Fans suspect Robyn knows this, and that her demand is less about jewelry and more about guaranteeing the show's renewal. As one critic put it, Robyn's ultimatum isn't just a marriage contract. It's a reality TV contract. TLC is footing the bill, one way or another. Financial fallout summary. Kody can't afford it outright. His assets are tied up in mortgages and disputed property. Paying it would mean selling or indebting himself further, straining family ties. Refusing risks divorce, which could cost him even more in the long run. TLC is the wild card, potentially monetizing the drama to keep the Browns afloat. Either way, Robyn's $1 million demand has transformed Kody's finances into a ticking time bomb.